1, 2, 3. I am, you are me. That's what I said. I am, you are me. Don't you see? I am, you are me. That's what I said. I am, you are me. Don't you see? Like I'm over here. You are and you're over there. That's what I said. Something between you are that's greater than me. Don't you see? Like I'm no confusion. I am your heart you do. That's what I said. Something between us that's greater than me. Don't you see? Like I am a part of you. You are a part of me. And so together we are one body. I am inside your head. You are inside my heart. We fit together, perfect from the start. I am, you are.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome to a short introduction for the project that you are about to interact with on Easy Virtual Choir. My name is Jen Forsland. I live and work and play on Vancouver Island, and specifically in the unceded territory of the Comox and Puntlich and Ixon First Nation. Really grateful to be coming to you today with two friends and colleagues. I've got Jean Sarrazin here, who is facilitating conversation and connection between myself and Brian Tate with Easy Virtual Choir and you, the participants. So welcome, Jean. And of course, here we also have the illustrious Brian Tate, a gentleman, a scholar, a wise fellow on this earth, who writes and arranges music, has a great body of work that he has contributed to the choral community over many years. So Brian is coming to us from Victoria, BC today. Hi, Brian.
Hello. Great to be here. Thank you.
Welcome. All right. Well, we just wanted to come together and give you a little bit of background and information, not only on the collective Singalong project, which is following on the heels of the World Children's Choir Singalong project through Easy Virtual Choir. That was a beautiful initiative, again, led by the World Children's Choir, singing Love Sings a New Song for the World. If you hadn't had a chance to check that out, please do that on the Easy Virtual Choir homepage. The follow-up project is one that I feel privileged to have been a part of and to have sung some of the guide tracks for. And it is one of my favorite Brian Tate tunes. It is Connected. And truly, the music is inspiring and beautiful and heartfelt. But the message in particular is very, very timely. And so happy to speak with you today, Brian, and ask you if you could give us a little bit of insight into this composition, how it came to be, and also why the message is probably more important than ever before.
Yeah, indeed. Well, hi, Jen. It's great to see you. Thanks for inviting me in today. And this is such a cool idea. And thank you so much for choosing my music. I'm honored to be a part of this. Especially with this piece. And as you say, I never would have dreamt that a piece entitled Connected would be so topical over the last period of time that we've had, since it's inadvertently taken on a number of different meanings as far as being connected is concerned. So, but, you know, I'm just grateful that we do have the technology to stay connected, even if we can't be personally connected. So this is a piece I wrote quite a few years ago now, that was first done by my choir in Vancouver, the City Soul Choir. And the theme of the piece is something that I had been intrigued by for a long time. I've always been fascinated by quantum physics and particle physics, and then that whole nature of things. And I should say that I have no scientific mind whatsoever, and I'm abysmal at anything to do with mathematics. So it's purely a voyeuristic kind of interest in this world. I have no capacity for it. So the thing that really struck me was that we walk around this world with this idea of our own selves and our own personalities. So, I'm Brian over here, you're Jen over there. And yes, we can connect somehow, but we're too distinct. We're our own little worlds, our own little universes. But what really struck me about quantum physics is when you get down far enough into the world of subatomic particles, those boundaries disappear. So the boundary that we have, which is our body, our skin, the air between us, it all becomes part of the same kind of matter. And that was always fascinating to me. So I don't know what got into me, but one day I woke up and I thought, I'm going to write a song about subparticle physics and how we can relate together that way. And what if we considered our world in a way that we don't have those boundaries? That there's a way that we connect completely through the physics of this universe. So that was the idea of the piece, which is a very weighty, serious kind of topic. So of course I couldn't give it a serious setting. I had to set it in kind of a fun way. And I think what happened with this song, the chorus, I am a part of you, you are a part of me, we da 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 bum 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 bum. Anyway, you can tell I can't even remember all the words to it. That was a sketch. This was a little fragment that had been sitting in a file for decades, literally for decades. And I was flipping through those files and came across it and thought, I'm going to use this. So that's an example of pulling something way, way back from the archives and just kind of finding the right lyric and the right song that went with that chorus. And then I kind of went backwards and wrote the verses, and I wanted to create something that was contrapuntal, where every section had their own individual melody and that they could blend that together. And then it's the tenors who finally get to say what the song is really all of me.
I am you, you are me.
Subatomically, that's right.
Yeah.
So I did it with our choir, and they had a fun time performing it. And I sent it off to Pavan, one of my publishers, and they've just been fantastic with my music. And it's one of those pieces that just caught on. Connected just came out this week, was released on Pavan in I think it's its 5th iteration. So it was originally SATB, then it was SSA, SAB, and then there's the original, and then it just came out TTBB. So awesome. They've had me turn it upside down and inside out every way possible for every kind of voicing, which of course to me is just absolutely, it's a great honor, and it's just delightful to be able to reimagine a piece in different voicings. And it's a piece that not only with your group, but that has been a popular choice of Zoom choirs all throughout this entire pandemic. And I've just been delighted to hear that and be a part of that and take part in interviews such as this and meet, community choirs, school choirs via Zoom and have a chance to talk about the piece. And little did I dream that it would find a life like this, but it's the greatest honor a composer can have, is to have a piece that speaks to people, and that is a piece for its time. Even if it was never intended to be quite a piece for this time, it's sort of found its way. It's found its way in. So I'm just delighted about that.
Beautifully said. And honestly, Brian, from my personal experience, I've taught K through 12 and post-secondary, and I've sung this piece down in Cuba. We did a Cultural Connect, Canada-Cuba Connect tour a few years ago, and this was our joint piece with the Cuban singers. I've sung this at the Fine Arts Academy that I teach at here in the Comox Valley. And so I've had 5-year-olds to 16-year-olds that have sung this with me in the classroom with all those layers. And of course, adult community choirs as well have sung this piece in the years that I've been acquainted with it. So even in my own little bubble, this piece has had a tremendous impact. And one of the things that I really appreciate about your writing and arranging is, yes, the accessibility piece, but the fact that people can engage really in so many of these parts, right? So when singers log on to engage in this project, they'll hear a choir of gens.
I am a part of you, you are a part of me, and so together we are one body.
And and you can maybe hear a bit of the piano to help guide in the back, and my voice, and you'll hear some clicks as we go, just to keep a little bit of rhythmic groove to it. Once so I can sing all the parts. Really, they should be sung by the full voicing, which is what singers will see when they purchase the PDF. But that just opens up so many doors. So I'm thrilled to hear this piece has been brought back to you for rearrangement for all different voicings, which is fabulous.
Yeah, it's been great.
And so I really appreciate the hearing the backstory, which is quite unexpected, to be honest. Although that subatomic comment really comes full circle now that you've shared that the origin story. And so I guess the other pressing question I have for you, as a passionate musician, musical leader, a creative spirit, an artist, a performer, etc., we've had this real significant impact on our lives over the past 18 months. And that is universal. This experience is universal for artists and creative people all around the world who are accustomed to being connected through art and through music and through this kind of expression. And so, yes, we've adapted. Yes, we found creative ways. 2 thumbs up for Easy Virtual Choir has been a great tool that's kept my musical communities connected, making music, learning, and allowing us some momentum through this. But what for you, if any, is there a tether to your message and to this moment in human history?
Well, that's an interesting question. I often think about how incredibly fortunate we are that this pandemic happened at the moment technology kind of stepped up to allow us to do what we've done. If this had happened 10 years ago, we probably wouldn't have had the technology to at least allow us to find a way to connect together and sing together, even after a fashion, So I think we're really fortunate with the timing of the technology to be able to do that. I've been very fortunate here in Victoria. I started singing with a vocal quartet. So we've been able to meet over the last year and a half periodically through the summer. We sing outdoors together, but there's only 4 of us. So it's been easy to find a safe outdoor space where we can sing together. And I've been able to do some teaching as well. So I've had a chance to keep my hand in.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful, and I can echo the same sentiment. There have been a lot of gifts through this experience, and that goes for alternate places to put our energy and our time, but also alternate ways of going about being connected with musical adventures. So we press on, and things continue to evolve, and it will be very interesting how time reveals even the greater lessons in this whole experience. But I definitely feel privileged to be connected to you and to your music, and to have access to the technology that exists, that, even though I'm over here and you're over there, there is something between us, right? So, so thank you for joining us, Brian, and really appreciate your thoughts, your perspective, and truly your music has been a gift to me and to many, 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 many people with whom I've shared powerful and poignant and beautiful musical experiences over the years. So this is just one more tick in that why I just appreciate you so much, Colm. And Jean, I'll leave my portion of this interview there and ask for you to just say a final word or two for anybody joining us on this project. Thanks to Alan Zhang and to Pavan Publishing for helping us to make this happen. And I can't wait to see how this all comes together. Jean, do you want to wrap this up for us?
Just in summary, on the tail of that stimulating conversation between Jen and Brian, I just wanted to say that we hope this project will help spread the words that we just heard, quoted from the song, I am you and you are me, and that whole idea of unity. We want this project to help spread those words far and wide, starting from our home base here in the Comox Valley on Vancouver Island, in the Canadian province of British Columbia, and hopefully by word of mouth and lots of sharing within the EVC community and on social media, spreading the connected idea across the country and around the world. I mean, it's an ambitious hope, but it's entirely possible in this environment. So thanks again, Brian, for joining us today and sharing your wonderful music with us and the inspiration behind it. And thanks, Jen, too, for the conversation.
My pleasure. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Sure was great to talk to Brian, and really hope that you appreciated his insight in terms of this music and this project. We invite everybody in the Easy Virtual Choir community to join us. There is a $5 fee, and that money will go towards the Pavan publisher, who has so graciously allowed us to distribute this music via PDF for this project. And so thank you to Pavan. And any additional proceeds will go right back to Easy Virtual Choir. And I can't say enough about Alan Zhang and his team at EVC and the development of this software that we've been able to use through the pandemic. For me, in my little neck of the woods here on Vancouver Island, EVC provided a platform for me to stay connected to my singing community, gave us a sense of momentum, gave us a sense of a place to practice each and every week, and gave us an opportunity to have a little bit of a performance element each week, that we would learn a new song and use EVC as our platform. So great learning tool, super accessible, and really user-friendly. And so if there's anything left after we pay our bills, it will go straight back to EVC, and you wouldn't be here if you didn't also appreciate and benefit from this wonderful programming. So thank you to Alan and his team.
A big thank you to Alan Zhang and creating this platform and supporting it, and being innovative and responsive to the needs of the different users. He has a very active forum, and they post all sorts of suggestions and ideas, and he's really, really quick to jump on them and quite often implement them and improve the platform. So I think a little gesture of appreciation, if we have any excess revenues from this project, to send it to Alan's way, I think deserves our support.
Tell your friends, tell your family, and let's see how many people we can get going singing this great song by Brian Tate. Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
I am a part of you, you are a part of me, and so together